htjela bi predutela tango, da plešemo konstantno sa tobom u savanu. A htjela bi da samo oko noća sipa samo, a pravi se tu fina, kaže ništa nije strašno. Ona htjela je sve što svija zlato i noćas nije važno što svidela se svakom. Ona je rekla da nije srela takvog i da me zove papo jer ima dobar razlog. Sa mojom braćom slavim ale ale, o kako dobro radiš ale ale, i samo da smo zdravi ale ale, mi bogati i mladi ale ale, sa mojom braćom slavim ale ale, o kako dobro radiš ale ale, i samo da smo zdravi ale ale, mi bogati i mladi ale ale. Ona je mlada i voli kriminal, a ja živim svaki dan voda kriminalac sam. Ona ne zna ni šta radim, ni opis moga posla, da ostanemo sami, ti saznala bi ko sam. Mala htjela bi predutela tango, da plešemo konstantno sa tobom po savanu. A htjela bi da samo oko noća sipa samo, a pravi se tu fina, kaže ništa nije strašno. Ona htjela je sve što sija zlato i noćas nije važno što svidela se svakom. Ona je rekla da nije srela takvog i da me zove papo jer ima dobar razlog. Sa mojom braćom slavim ale ale, o kako dobro radiš ale ale, i samo da smo zdravi ale ale, mi bogati i mladi ale ale, sa mojom braćom slavim ale ale, o kako dobro radiš ale ale, i samo da smo zdravi ale ale, mi bogati i mladi ale ale.
sin ofenderte. No me pertenece a mí, más tú eres de la calle. No sabes que una noche sin lujo de detalle. Cuando le da fuego a los que hasta que se apague, bebé. Aquí hay mucha gente, pero pa' que disimular si todo el mundo ya sabe. Psicóloga porque le gusta jugar con mi mente. Devórame rico que cuando la noche se acabe, bebé, sigue tu camino. Ya tú cambiaste y yo no soy el mismo. Siempre recuerdo lo que un día fuimos. Sé en quién estás pensando que adivino, bebé, sigue tu camino. Ya tú cambiaste y yo no soy el mismo. Siempre recuerdo lo que un día fuimos. Sé en quién estás pensando que adivino, bebé. No sé qué me da más musa, bebé, si tenerte o que te me vaya. Sale de bañarse en toalla, modelo como Zendaya. No quiero ser un hombre más que la lista se raya. Si quieres se guaya, pero dile que no me da la talla. Todas las cosas que hacemos ella las calla. Y fallan coble, compré la pantalla. Yo sé que tú me piensas, baby. Quería hacerte mi first lady. I just wanna you, tell me where you been at. I've been reminiscing lately. I will have a new life, maybe. Baby, come back, don't make me. We should have like we did daily, daily. Pa' que buscarte si sé dónde estás. Hoy ando solo, ando sin él estar. A ti yo te conozco desde atrás. No estoy en ti, bebé, déjame en paz. Sigue tu camino. Ya tú cambiaste y yo no soy el mismo. Siempre recuerdo lo que un día fuimos. Sé en quién estás pensando que adivino, bebé. Dime qué somos, dime qué fuimos, dime qué seremos después del beso que nos dimos. Siento que al final ninguno de los dos nos conocimos. ¿Qué diablo fue lo que hicimos, bebé? Ay. A ti, todas las veces que tú pidas, a ti yo te daría de por vida. Tú eres mala, una diabla venenosa, se me olvida. Y quiero otra despedida, ay. Pero ya, goodbye, adiós, sayonara. No me beses, porque se me es posible decirte que no con esa cara. Nuestra historia de amor fue bonita y rara, ay. Y es verdad, tú eres una diosa y como tú a otra yo no voy a encontrar. Tú tampoco en tu vida, yo fui lo más real. Yo era fiel a tus ojos y a tus labios leal, pero no somos igual. Yeah, tú fuiste una de mis amores. Yo solamente fui otra tu ex. A veces me río leyendo los texts. A veces me río pero es del estrés. No sé cuándo fue que murió el interés. No sé si entendemos, vale lo mismo cuando es en inglés. No sé si es buena idea que tú y yo otra vez. Que me mire otra vez. Que nos mintamos otra vez. Que cometamos el mismo error otra vez. Mejor sigue tu camino. Ya tú cambiaste y yo no soy el mismo. Siempre recuerdo lo que un día fuimos. Sé en quién estás pensando que adivino, bebé, sigue tu camino.
coração, eu sei, vem. Te quero assim. Vem de meu coração. No meu coração. No meu coração. No meu coração. No meu coração. Give you my love, you're still in my heart, and I won't let you go. No meu coração, eu sei que você tá mexendo. Give you my love, you're still in my heart, and I won't let you go. Vou pegar minha Manda, 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 sabe se manda que acredita. Manda, 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 dali devi mandare. Neki ljubavi prolaze, neki nikada se dese. Ova moja fenomen je, koja može da podnese. Da voli samo to s kim nije na samo. Obavezno dođe dan, dođe mi na noć, dođe mi na dan. Obavezno dođe dan, dođe mi na san, dođe mi na plan. Kada bio dok se piše da reklo ti, reklo to za kraj. Kada bio dok se mi, reklo mi bebi, a ja se posla znaj. Neki ljubavi su veče, neki jedna noć odnese. Ova moja fenomen je, koja može da podnese. Da voli samo to s kim nije na samo. Obavezno dođe dan, dođe mi na noć, dođe mi na dan. Obavezno dođe dan, dođe mi na san, dođe mi na plan. Kada bio dok se piše da reklo ti, reklo to za kraj. Kada bio dok se mi, reklo mi bebi, a ja se posla znaj.
Welcome to the Grizzlies Soccer Complex for the championship match of the 2025 Continental Athletic Conference Men's Soccer Championship between the number 2 seed Bellevue University Bruins and the number 1 seed Georgia Gwinnett College Grizzlies. This evening's match is proudly brought to you by Northside Hospital, Comfort Inn, and the Gwinnett Sports Commission. Georgia Gwinnett College, the Continental Athletic Conference, and the NAIA ask you to join us in supporting character and intercollegiate athletics. Help us create a positive, competitive environment showing respect for today's student athletes, officials, and spectators. GGC and the CAC are committed to the NAIA Champions Principles of Integrity, Respect, Responsibility, Sportsmanship, and Servant Leadership, and we ask for your help to get a positive playing environment at all times. Keep playing, keep learning, keep growing. NAIA, the right way to play. Learn more about opportunities to play in the NAIA at NAIA.org. Please remember the Georgia Gwinnett College campus is smoke-free and alcoholic beverages are not permitted. We thank you for your cooperation. Restroom facilities are located both here at the field on the far sideline at the walking path in the ticket building. Concessions is also located behind the ticket building.
Bring them out, bring them out. 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 Bring them out, bring them out.
Once again, welcome to the Grizzlies Soccer Complex for this evening's championship match of the 2025 CAC Men's Soccer Championship between number 2 seed Bellevue University Bruins and the number 1 seed Georgia Gwinnett College Grizzlies. Let's meet the starters for tonight's match. First up for Bellevue. In goal, number 1, Caden Simpson. Number 4, Colin Rusin. Number 5, Buster Honeywood. Number 6, Alvaro Calcetino. Number 8, Yaskar Governor Marcado. Number 9, Adam Sherwood. Number 10, Juan Lagares. Number 11, Samuel Booth. Number 15, Jeremiah Hett. Number 18, Stanley Richardson. And number 27, Kai Nicholson. The Bruins are led by head coach Marquis Preston, assisted by Scott Robertson, John Cover, and Sebastian Zapata. And now the starters for Georgia Gwinnett. In goal, number 1, Victor DeRube. Number 3, Josefa Simo. Number 4, Pedro Alejandro. Number 6, Aaron Leak. Number 8, Luka Cholich. Number 11, Alejandro Contreras. Number 15, Brian Gomez. Number 16, Kevin Diaz. Number 19, Usman Fall. Number 21, Amadou Diop. And number 23, Francisco Osorio. The Grizzlies are led by head coach Steve DeCou, assisted by Tom Benson, Jorge Vallejo, Brian Sanchez, and Nadav Wiseman. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I ask you please rise over the caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello and welcome to the CAC Championship right here in Lawrenceville. We've got GGC taking on Bellevue. Once again, a matchup steeped in history. These two teams first met in 2018 in the AII title in Lawrenceville. GGC won that one 2-1. It's been 5 of the last 6 meetings coming in a conference title game. This is the 7th meeting between these two sides, and it's been Bellevue recently who has had the upper hand. I'm Jack Little here with Maddie Cruz, bringing you all the action right here on the Grizzly Digital Network presented by Northside Hospital. Maddie, we've got a good one here today.
This is a matchup that I think if you're having it circled in the NAIA with everything going on, it's the matchup that you wanted to see here in the championship. Two powerhouse programs in the NAIA going up against each other, 1 versus 2. Georgia Gwinnett with redemption on their minds from last season in Bellevue, wanting to come in and go back-to-back.
And here we go. We're underway in Lawrenceville with the CAC Championship, a trip to the NAIA National Tournament on the line. Georgia Gwinnett attacking early. Bellevue picks it up, finds Sherwood. Now Simo, looking to fall. Headed away by Honeywood. And an early chance for Bellevue, but the flag will come up. Cut out by the officials.
Yeah, you're trying to find Nicholson there as that ball's played to him. He just gets in that offside position. Just a bit ahead of himself there, but Georgia Gwinnett early on trying to create something on that right side, trying to get Fall, trying to get Contrera involved really early, trying to set the pace here.
The Grizzlies knocked off Carolina on Sunday afternoon 2-1 after trailing early in that game. As here's a chance, knocked over the goalkeeper. Referee points to the spot. It's a penalty for the Grizzlies. Early on, what a moment in this one.
Immediately just driving forward. You're trying to connect the dots, and that's exactly what happened with the Grizzlies. They get into that spot, and I believe it was Contrera who was able to get into that area and then just diving in, trying to stop it with Simpson. Simpson did not time that well as he's coming in. He trips up Contrera, and it's right in the box. And now early on, Grizzlies have a chance to take the early lead.
Caden Simpson and Alejandro Contrera, the two heroes for these two programs in their last games. Simpson made the all-important penalty stop. Contrera scored the goal for the Grizzlies to take the lead. He was the CAC Player of the Year a year ago. Now a chance to take an early lead on Bellevue. Contrera faces up with Simpson. Awaiting the whistle. Here's the shot. Alejandro Contrera scores in the first 2 minutes. The Grizzlies are ahead.
In a matchup where you need to take control early on, where in championship matches you have to hold on and you have to fight your way through it, Alejandro Contrera creates his own luck. He's able to get the penalty, and not only does he get it, he converts it, makes it 1-0 for Georgia Gwinnett.
Contrera scored 10 goals on the season now, 6 assists. The partnership between him and Usman Fall has been lethal. But it's Contrera who owns this moment. Finding the bottom corner. Getting the better of Caden Simpson, who proved his mettle on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And now Bellevue will play from behind.
That's a brilliant penalty from Contrera, too. He picks his spot, he knows where he's going to go, and he just buries that ball right past Simpson, has him diving the wrong way.
The Bruins were unable to score in 110 minutes of soccer against Florida National. And within 2 minutes against the Grizzlies, they find themselves in a position where they're going to have to put one in the back of the net.
It's interesting for the reaction now. You go up, you go down so early. How does Bellevue find their way back into this one? because it can kind of drop the momentum. It can really shift it and kind of switch your mindset now. Now you're trying to come back in and tie things up. That's got to be on Bellevue's mind right now. How do you get back in the swing of things?
If you flash back to a year ago, it was Tufik Najem who scored an Olympico in the 4th minute of that game. The Grizzlies went on to lose thanks to 2 goals from Bellevue, one on a penalty in the 22nd minute and then an early goal in the second half. Do we see a repeat of that story tonight? Markeith Preston knows how to come back against the Grizzlies. He's got plenty of players with experience from last year's roster. Regardless, he wouldn't trade the situation he's in for the situation that Steve DeCoux and his squad are in right now. Bellevue comfortable playing in the back. They had the lion's share of possession against Florida National. Head by Richardson, looking for his target. Back in, that shot from GGC goes wayward. Honeywood drops to the feet of Rusin. Rusin again. Maddie, it looks like Bellevue's set up that back line a little differently. Honeywood playing almost as a right back today.
Yeah, it's interesting, especially I think with the way that matchup against Florida National panned out. It was a matchup where neither team could find anything in the back of the net. As this ball gets played forward, Contreras with an opportunity, not offside.
Yeah, here's Alejandro Contreras with a chance to double his day, and it's stopped by Simpson. Contreras does get it back, weaving his way. Turned over. Bellevue deals with that attack. It's Caden Simpson who comes to the rescue.
Contreras was looking back, waiting to see if that flag would come up, and it didn't. He stayed on side as soon as that ball was released, and Amadou Diop wins it right back for the Grizzlies.
Into the feet of Fall. And he's fouled from behind. The Grizzlies have looked really threatening in these early goings.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, especially what the talks were, especially from Markeith Preston after that semifinal matchup, because it took it all the way to penalties for that one, and then in penalties you were able to come away, and now you're facing towards a Gwinnett. Now you're in a situation where you're trailing. You didn't have that situation in the semifinal. You were trying, finding those goals. I'm curious to see how things shape up for them, especially springing the attack, and a lot of the attacks come from that right side.
Well, now they're looking for Sherwood. He's going to be close to it, but Darube cleans it up. Knocked through the center, the whistle goes. Referee signals handball. GGC evades that attack.
I think the handball came up as soon as Darube was coming up to clear it. I think as it was coming down, it just knocked into the hand of Bellevue.
Adam Sherwood had a goal denied by the AR last night. Found himself in an offside position. That was the only time that Bellevue was able to find the back of the net in regulation. course, it didn't count. Now the Grizzlies pushing through Fall. He has to go from the outside of the box. Not going to challenge Caden Simpson.
Yeah, and Caden Simpson right now, he's just telling everyone to calm down. Calm down. Let's hold our structure here for a little bit because it's been so chaotic in the first few minutes of this matchup. You got to try to slow things down. Try to regain some of that control because Bellevue hasn't had it.
It's been all GGC in these first 10 minutes. Still a lot of soccer left to be played here in Lawrenceville. Back through the middle, Honeywood. Quick feed of Galvan Mercado, able to switch the point of attack. Simo to take the throw. Away by Cholich.
The one thing that's nice for Bellevue at least, and even for the Grizzlies too, you don't have a lot of the wind affecting the ball like it did in that matchup on Sunday. I mean, you would have moments where Amadou Diop or Victor Darube, especially on this side as they were attacking from left to right, that ball, I mean, would just shoot straight up and just come right down. You couldn't get anything on it. Now you don't have that. It's a little bit easier now to clear those balls, maybe try some vertical balls over the top to spring Guzman Fall as well as Contreras too.
Yeah, that game against Florida National for Bellevue did end 0-0, but the wind was certainly a factor. Something that's not been affecting it today.
Not affecting us either as well. It's not as windy anymore, which is very, very nice.
Rusin surveying the field. Richardson. Back to Rusin once more. Galvan Mercado goes wide this time, and they'll try to chip it through to Sherwood. Away by Simo. Simo to take the throw again. Poked away. Cholich battling for it. He wins it, but it falls to the feet of Jacinto. And Bellevue's back in possession.
I don't mind it, though. I don't mind the relentlessness. You're putting that pressure. You're trying to win the ball back.
Ball over the top finds the hands of Darube. Not going to challenge this Grizzly back line, led by Amadou Diop, first team All-CAC selection. Again going long. Contreras trying to run onto it, away by Rusin. Finds his target. And Diaz will claim it in the middle. This Grizzly back three has really figured some things out this season, Maddie.
Yeah, I think especially earlier on, you had a couple of injuries, a couple of things that kind of plagued it a little bit. So you had a little bit of that switch around in some of those players, you're moving in different positions. But now you had that steady stream. You had that steady back line with Brian Gomez, with Aaron Leak, with Amadou Diop that's really solidified things.
Brian Gomez, the freshman from Norcross, has been a great addition to this team for Steve DeCoux. Been a starter since day one. Now the throw for Bellevue, taken by Het. He'll go off Simo for a corner. Bellevue's first of the day.
You're trying to head it out. It's a weird ball the way it's coming in. Simo does everything that he can do in that one. He gets his head to it. He's trying to angle it back out for that throw-in. It's going to come in, though, for a corner, and Bellevue with an opportunity to find something.
They go short. Chance to shoot on the edge of the box. Over the bar. Not going to challenge Darube.
Want to take the look. If you find the look, especially with the way it comes across with that short corner, that's the design play you're trying to do. That's from the training ground. You're coming in, short corner, you pass it back, immediately tries the shot to from Galvan Mercado, and he's able just to drive it in. Unfortunately, just couldn't lower it enough and place it on target.
Grizzlies go short out of the back. Nearly kept in play, but instead it'll run out at the feet of Lagares, and Diaz can take the throw. Well, he'll hand it off to Simo. Simo's third throw from this sideline in as many minutes. Flicked on by Fall, trying to find his strike partner, Contrera. Now it comes to Contrera, back to Cholich. Cholich missed his pass, trying to find Alejandro out wide.
Yeah, just some miscommunication. You're trying to connect the dots, especially driving forward, too. I think Cholich thought the run was going to be made the other way, and he's going for that other pass, too.
Seems like the game plan has not changed for the Bruins. They're really comfortable just knocking it around the back and trying to find holes in this Grizzly defense.
You're trying to poke holes. You're trying to find some space. It opens it up a little bit, too, when you hold it there. They're able to find that opportunity, but they got to watch out for those turnovers.
And here's one now. Cholich looking ahead to Contrera. Simpson comes out and gets it.
I like that idea from Cholich, too, especially with that ball floating in top. It just goes a little bit ahead of where Contrera is, and that's how Simpson's able to come in and grab it. But I like the idea. It's a good idea from Cholich.
Rusin, pressured by Contrera, decides to go back to Simpson. Everything coming through Central center back Cohen Rusin, the sophomore from Omaha, early in this game. Grizzlies clear, back up towards Contrera. Way by Honeywood. Richardson ahead. Well dealt with. The Grizzlies are able to hold possession through Aaron Leak.
Wow, that was really good control from Gomez. That was brilliant. Just stepping up, immediately just cutting it around.
Looked nice, and a good hold-up play by Contrera draws a foul on Honeywood. They've had their hands full with him early on in this game.
I mean, I think that's what Alejandro Contrera gives you. He's a regular on this side, someone who's just so adamant, getting all over the place. Only a sophomore for this side, too. You get him for so much longer. You add Usman Fall to that mix. They're both so talented. They each give you so different things when they're up top, and it's what makes that partnership up there so dynamic and so dangerous when other teams face them.
Here's Fall now trying to get involved. They couldn't connect with him. Be a throw for the Grizzlies. Simo will take. Ahead to Fall. Couldn't squeeze past his man. He gives it up, and Bellevue has a chance to counter. Instead, Simo wins it off the feet of Lagares. Bellevue picks it up. Given away nearly in the box, but it comes right back to the feet of Galvan Mercado. Bellevue catches a break inside their penalty area. Now a chance to break, and they turn it over.
Yes, one thing for Bellevue, we saw it a little bit in that matchup on Sunday against Florida National, but it's one thing they just tried to do there. They want to play from the back. They want to give more options there, but when you're being so pressed like that by the Grizzlies, at some point you got to just try to send it out and then try to push forward that way. It's the identity of what Bellevue wants to do. They want to hold back. They want to make sure that they have possession, and then they bounce back and forth and try to create it that way, using the width, getting those players involved. But in that situation, that can come back to hurt you, especially with the pressure that Grizzlies bring.
And here they come now. Storming down the line. Usman Fall, nearly. Shot from the edge of the area. Could it fall to Contrera? It does. He's looking for an option, and Cholich fires over. So close for Georgia Gwinnett. Another dangerous attack. Luka Cholich can't find the frame.
And Luka Cholich did not miss that ball by much at all. Skims the crossbar.
Bellevue trying to slow down the pace of this game. Rusin, Richardson, and Honeywood along the back line. Here's Richardson. The foul in the center will allow Bellevue to take a free kick. Grizzlies working back. Trying to defend. Smart play from the Grizzly defender there to hold up play for just a moment. Ball out wide doesn't connect with Alvaro Jacinto. Leak directing traffic now. Long throw to the head of Fall. Runs out of play. Back to the Bruins.
It's the one thing, too, with the Bruins as well. They're trying to come back into this one. You know, early on, you're trying to build back the momentum here. But for Georgia Gwinnett, too, you want to try to get a couple more goals on the board here. You want to try to get a couple more, and the more time you go without it, it might start to deflate. And that's why in these moments when you're building up that pressure, winning the ball back in those moments, you need to use that as fuel as well to keep the momentum going, keep the energy up. That way when you do find that next one, you're all over the top, and the energy's all the way there, and you deflate it from Bellevue.
Lost out of play. Referee signals a whistle and maybe reaching into the card now. Tempers flare just a touch, but team seemed to be fine with it. Grizzlies not happy about that call. Regardless, Bellevue has a chance to whip a ball into the box. They've got big targets in there with Rusin and Honeywood. It'll be Lagares to take. Star forward from Huelva, Spain. Six assists on the season for him. He whips in. Bounced around for a moment, but the Grizzlies were able to deal with it. Osorio couldn't break. Sherwood bodied off the ball.
That's really good defending from the Grizzlies, just shielding him away. You're not committing the foul there. You're just turning it around. It's shoulder to shoulder the entire way.
And cut out once more. This time Simo working back to defend. It will be a corner for the Bruins.
That play from Simo is so difficult, and it's so hard to pull off, and he's able to do so. He's turning around, and he just slides right in. He times it really well, knocks it out of play. The Bruins get a corner out of it, but defensively, it's what you want. You want to see that ball come out of play and slow down that run. That way it allows you the opportunity to defend in numbers like this.
Here's Lagares to whip in. Dangerous, but Darube deals with it. It'll be another corner. Lagares standing over it. Into the area once more and out of play. We saw that a lot in the earlier games on Sunday.
I think you're just trying to curl it in that regard. You have numbers back there in the far post. I think you're still looking for that, but sometimes when that angle comes in, you miss it a little bit. It's the placement of where that ball's going to go. Sometimes you're trying to angle it, and you're angling it way too far, and it's just going to curl really wide of the goal.
Regardless, it didn't work for Lagares, and now the Grizzlies have possession in the back. Darube trying to get somebody to run. Goes long, it falls to Contreras. He's looking for Fall. Fall brings it down into the path of Contreras. He's brought down in the process as well. It runs out of play on Contreras for a Bellevue throw.
I'm a little shocked that wasn't brought back for the foul from where we are. It looked like that there was a little bit of contact there, especially as Usman Fall was able to settle it. But also, too, from the referee side, I can see why, because there was no control of the ball with Usman Fall. It was kind of bouncing a little bit. I can see why you didn't call it there as well.
Yeah, I think they had the idea that Contreras may have had an advantage there, and sometimes that doesn't work out. Those are the opportunities to call it back, but sometimes that distinction gets fuzzy depending on how long it takes for them to lose the ball back.
That and judgment calls as well as I think this ball's going to be brought back because Bellevue is trying to inch a little bit too far up from where it actually rolled out of play.
Well, we saw Bellevue do that a lot, especially at the end of the game. Caden Simpson tried to pick up an extra about 20 yards trying to take a goal kick on Sunday.
don't blame it. You try to find something, especially to see what you can get away with a little bit. Try to test it. But it's the thing, too, with Bellevue. I'm really curious how they adjust coming into that one, especially with the semifinal. They played a lot of minutes in that one.
They did 110 minutes against Florida National and penalties. I got to say, I think the celebration probably counts as a few more minutes played the way those guys were running.
That as well. And I think it all leads to this one, especially with this matchup, too, with the history that both of these teams have. And, you know, we talked about it in the women's matchup, too, but this team, especially with Georgia Gwinnett and Bellevue, it's becoming a rivalry, and it really has, especially in the way these teams play each other. But, you know, talking to Steve DeCoux as well as Markeith Preston, I mean, nothing but respect for each other. But when on the field, you know, it's business. You're focusing on that, but it's always such a fun battle between these sides and such great programs to do it.
Well, when you've met 6 times in program history and 5 of those are in a conference final,
yeah, no, fair.
You're not going to like them.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Especially if
I wouldn't like them either.
it was GGC winning the first 2, then Bellevue kind of got some revenge. GGC won the only regular season meeting between these two, but it's been Bellevue the last 3 times in conference tournament play that has gotten the win. 3 straight conference championship wins over the Grizzlies. I mean, they're trying to change that today.
Yeah, the Grizzlies are looking to turn the tide. They want redemption, especially as you look at last season, too. They want to come into this one, and they want to put a good fight. Getting the early lead right now, that's the start. And especially as we get a little bit closer into more the middle of the first half, it's become a little bit more of a back-and-forth game between these sides. But Georgia Gwinnett, I mean, still with 6 shots and 3 of those on target, and Bellevue only with 1 shot and no shots, and that one wasn't even on target.
It's also important to note that the Grizzlies have not been favored in this match in quite a while. They've been the 1 seed, but have not been overwhelmingly better than Bellevue on paper. And this year, it seems like the Grizzlies have had a better season, have the better national standing, have the better RPI, of course, are seeded better. So it's an expectation in Lawrenceville to win this tournament this year. Bellevue would love to spoil that.
I think for Georgia Gwinnett, you brought in a lot of new faces. You have a lot of players from last season who are still coming into their own. Alejandro Contreras, a big one. He had a big, insane season last season for the Grizzlies. He's now coming into his sophomore season even better, and he's coming into this one, still opportunity to grow. And I think it's just you're seeing this team continue to develop, continue to evolve. And I think in a season for the Grizzlies, too, you had a couple of ups, you had a couple of downs, but it's been really consistent with what you've seen on the pitch for the men's side. And it's been fun to watch this team continue to grow in each matchup that we've had the chance to call.
And now it's Cholich to clear. Chance out for the Grizzlies. They've got numbers running into the area. Shot is blocked. It tipped over the bar by Simpson. It wasn't threatening until the deflection, and all of a sudden it was.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's Simo who's coming in, driving in on that right side. Usman Fall was coming in at the far post. He was wide open there. But Contreras, how many times have you seen him make that shot? I mean, it was tough for Simpson. He had to jump all the way up, punch that over the bar. After that one took a weird deflection, too. And now it's a corner for the Grizzlies.
And that is hard to deal with as a goalkeeper. Those deflections just complicate your job so much more, and Simpson does so well to deal with it. The entry by Osorio is denied, only as far as the kick taker once more. He goes to the back post, and Fall is ushered out of play by Buster Honeywood before he can put another one in on the Bruins.
I think just got a little bit too much height on that one. You're still looking for Usman Fall in that moment because he can just dance around and find a way to get into the back of the net there. Just a little too much steam on it as it was coming down for Usman Fall, but he almost got there, and if it wasn't for Honeywood, he might have gotten there.
Fall, standing at 6'2", is a long frame. Was able to get on the end of a lot of those back post balls. We saw it against Carolina with the goal that he scored. When you score 15 goals in a season like Usman, not all of those are going to be the most beautiful goals you've ever seen. He's got several that are, don't get me wrong. but plenty of the ugly ones too, because those count just the same.
I think when you talk about Usman Fall and the way that he has played, and it's one thing too, just the way I think he reads the game. I've talked about it so much this season here on the Grizzlies Digital Network, but it's one thing to continue pressing, continue just to run, continuing just to be a force, especially up top, but Usman Fall does that, and he picks his moments to do it, too. He reads the game so well. He also is so smart in, distributing the ball, too. That's what's so great about having that partnership between Usman Fall and Alejandro Contreras, is they both bring such different elements of the game, but they both know, hey, I know where you're going to be if I'm not there, because that's where I would be if I wasn't there either. So they get each other so well, and his placement of the ball, that turn too, he knows exactly where he needs to go, dances around, and can distribute and go the other way.
Yeah, he's got great feet for a big striker. 6'2", but he looks smooth on the ball. Reminiscent of Didier Drogba in a sense.
I like that callback. I love it. It's one, like, I bring in the Atlanta United, too, but it's one where, like, me having the chance to chat with him a little bit with some interviews on the SDH network, talking about Jamal TRA for Atlanta United. And it's kind of that same element, too. I think both of them, they just read the game so well, and the way that they're able to find those moments. I like that Drogba connection, though. Oof. I didn't even think about that one, Jack. Okay. Pulling out your deck of cards. I see.
Going a little deeper. One of my dad's favorite players. Always heard about Didier Drogba at home. And part of it's, the style of African forwards that you're seeing with, Victor Osimhen as well in the professional game. But a lot of these lankier guys that are really good with their feet.
No, there's a reason why Usman Fall is your CAC Player of the Year. Just what he's done in his freshman season with Georgia Gwinnett. It is absolutely outstanding. It really is. It's incredible. I think I even said, I was like, if he doesn't, I'm going to be a little upset about it. But he's been absolutely outstanding. He's been so fun to watch. And, just up top, being that danger, being that threat, and just every time getting the chance to talk to him, too, such a humble guy, too, but he's so deadly when he's in between the goal.
And here's a chance for the Grizzlies. Knocked away at the last moment. It'll be a corner.
I love it. You're finding options if you're the Grizzlies. You're still hammering home. You're trying to find a second.
Be their third corner. Cholich, standing over it. He whips it into the center. It'll be a goal kick now for Bellevue. Not a very dangerous corner. You got to beat the first man with that.
I think he's trying to place it in. You had two players right there with Contreras as well. Just standing right there, maybe tried to back it in a little bit.
And here comes Fall. Wide position for the Grizzlies. Working inside. Coming across towards Contreras. Into the center. And away. Alejandro. Cholich on the edge. Contreras looking wide. His pass is picked off. A chance for Bellevue to run with Kai Nicholson. He's got Sherwood to his left. He'll go to Sherwood. Left-footed rocket from the edge of the box is not going to challenge Victor Darube.
Just trying to catch him off guard there with that long-range shot. You did have a runner driving in Het as well, as he's just driving in. I don't know exactly positioning, trying to find that one there, but you're testing Darube early.
Tom Markeith Preston going to dip into his bench. Joshua Harvey coming on now. The sophomore forward from Suffolk. Got 3 goals on the season.
I actually think that's the right move, too. When he's checked into the match, especially in that semifinal matchup, too, he was causing a lot of problems for that back line against Florida National.
Free kick in the center now for Bellevue. Galvan Mercado stands over it. Cruising to Honeywood. Bellevue in a dangerous area now. Whipping in and cut out. Bellevue not been able to sustain any kind of attack early on in this game. This first half has been all Grizzlies. And Bellevue may even have the possession advantage so far.
Yeah, but I think it's the one thing with this Grizzlies side that we've seen this season is that they sometimes don't need to have a lot of possession because they make the chances when they are on the ball count so much more. And they're comfortable when they're not in possession, too. I mean, this is a Steve DeCoux team that prides itself on being so defensively sound in those moments. And that's what you see, especially with that back line, with all the players that step back to help defend in those moments, too. But then they have the players who can step up and can be dangerous and get into those spots in the 18.
Darube goes long. Flicked on by Fall. Here comes Contrera. Nobody in the center for him. He'll have to hold it up. He does. Plays drop. Dropped again. Now the ball comes in. Too high, and Simpson claims easily.
Really good awareness from Simpson. He just jumps straight up. He's able to read it exactly where it needs to go. He's able to hold on to it, rolls it out to allow for his team to build from the back.
Bellevue does not stray from their roots. Very comfortable holding possession. They're down 1-0. It's felt like GGC's had the advantage the whole time, and yet it's still this defensive third possession from Bellevue. This is how they want to attack. They're sticking to it. They're going to do what they know. Here's Honeywood. Into the center towards Zelaya Diaz. Harvey lets it run to Nicholson. He crosses to Harvey. Flick is off frame. No danger to the Grizzly net.
Yeah, Nicholson trying to send it in. Harvey's able to get ahead to it, but where that ball's coming in, the placement, he just couldn't redirect it the way that he wanted it to.
Darube goes long. Jersinovich challenges for it. He's just come on for Contrera. Nicholson fouled from behind by Simo.
Yeah, just trips him up with the legs as he's coming in for that challenge.
Jersinovich, a guy who knows how to score. Had 5 goals against Pikeville earlier this season. Earned himself a spot in the CAC second team off the bench. Gives good minutes for Steve DeCoux when he plays. Rusin to Richardson. Bellevue surveying their options. Rusin again. Richardson. The Grizzlies with all 11 in Bellevue's half. And now one back. Chance for the Grizzlies to break, but it falls just wide of Jurcinovic. Nicholson driving through the center. He turns it over. Chance for Fall to run. He's got the better of Rusin. Here comes Usman Fall. Edge of the box. Usman Fall denied by Simpson. 2 huge saves for Caden Simpson to keep this thing at 1-0.
It's really smart from Simpson, too. As he's stepping up to Usman Fall, he's breaking forward. You know that he's going to take a couple extra steps to try the shot from a little bit inside the 18. Simpson steps up to meet him. He forces that shot and then just gets really close. He blocks it, too. It's really good goalkeeping.
Caden Simpson was the hero for Bellevue in their win over Florida National just 2 days ago. And now he's keeping his side in this game. Osorio with the corner. Falls on the back post. Knocks it in the air and knocked away only as far as a Grizzly. Back out wide. Here's Diop. Beautiful curling ball. Ends up running out of play for another Grizzly corner. Well, Nicholson actually kept it in play. Now Osorio and Nicholson are battling. Osorio holding in the corner. It still hasn't gone out, and now it'll be a Grizzly throw.
I don't know if that ball was ever going to go out. It just kept rolling and rolling. But it's a good battle, too, just holding it up. It's good awareness, making sure that you're staying strong in that moment, too. You're able to win it, and it's a throw-in now for you guys.
Really well worked from Kai Nicholson to save the corner. Osorio was trying to hold him off early. He was able to get a leg in between the legs of Osorio, and the Grizzlies will only have a throw now. Long throw comes towards Pereira, who's just come on, but away by the Bruins. Can Harvey get onto the end of this? No.
He was trying to, though. He was tracking that ball down, trying to see if he can make something of it.
And Jurcinovic knocked away. Out of play for another Bellevue throw. Honeywood ahead into the feet of Harvey. He turns it over to the feet of Alejandro. Grizzlies give it right back to the Bruins. Geronimo Zelaya Diaz in the wide area. Bellevue will reset from there.
Again, it's a good play from Bellevue. You haven't had a couple of looks that you want to. It allows you to reset. It opens up that space, too, that maybe you can find something else.
Darube has to come out. Looked like that ball was going to find its way into his box, and it just never did.
Yeah, the way that it curled, it was really strange. As it was coming in, I was like, oh, yeah, Darube's got it. And then the way that it just curled the other way, it's like, oh, no. And Darube realized it. He just knocked it out of play for the throw-in.
Well done by the freshman goalkeeper. Long throw from Zelaya Diaz. Second ball into the area to Nicholson. Second shot blocked by Darube. Grizzlies still ahead. And Richardson tries an audacious effort. That's nowhere near Darube's goal. But it was Kai Nicholson at the back post, had his original shot blocked by Simo, and then was able to challenge Darube with the second effort.
We talk about Victor Darube, and yes, he is a freshman, but he doesn't play like he's a freshman. And also, it's because he has so much veteran experience, not only with Flamengo, but also with Botafogo back in Brazil. But he also was a member of the North Texas MLS Knicks Pro Championship squad during the 2024 season. So he might be a freshman in the books, but he does not play like he's a freshman. He plays like a seasoned pro.
Mostly because he is. I mean, that is some high-level soccer that he's been playing. Now another chance for Bellevue. It's Zelaya Diaz, and once again denied by Darube. Just not enough power on that header from Geronimo Zelaya Diaz to challenge the goalkeeper we've been praising and the CAC goalkeeper of the year.
Ooh, it's really smart, too, from Alejandro as well. As that ball's coming in, he's kind of in the way, but he knows where it's coming, so he just leaps up into the air, which allows for Darub to grab it. Because if it's blocked, you might be looking at another scuffle in the box, and chaos could ensue. But it's also point-blank range, and you're also being shielded by so many players in the box, and, I mean, Darub handles it so well.
A couple of chances there for Bellevue, their best attacking output of the afternoon. Now this long ball is going to find the feet of Jurcinovic. The flag will come up on him. Here's Richardson now. Only a few minutes to go in the half. It's been Bellevue with the majority of the possession, but the Grizzlies have looked more threatening, and they have the lead, thanks to a second-minute penalty from Alejandro Contreras.
But here's the thing. I mean, Bellevue's not out of this one just yet. And if they can find an equalizer before halftime, this makes the second half very interesting. And likewise, too, if Georgia Gwinnett's able to find a second, it makes second half almost a do-or-die situation, because it is do-or-die. You either have to win or your season ends. You have the NAIA tournament as well, and you also have those bids too, especially in the rankings, trying to figure out if you're inside the bubble, if you're outside of it too. But it's do or die right now. You got to find something. And for Bellevue, that might be taking a little bit more chances. Maybe not going to the back trying to build that way maybe more. Maybe it's more vertical balls over the top. Maybe be a little bit more threatening.
Turnover from Bellevue. Chance for the Grizzlies to run. Here's Peranich. Cholich. Grizzlies decide to slow it down now. Diop goes wide. Way by Nicholson, and then Richardson. The Bruins trying to build anything here. Maddie, where is the Bruins' success coming from in the attack?
One thing I think especially, too, and I think it's why you bring on Harvey. I really think that he's been someone who can get into those spots, and I think earlier on, you didn't have that. You didn't have someone who was getting into those spots to accept the ball and then try to break the other way. I feel like a couple of times, too, I feel like a lot of Bellevue's success has been in the middle third. When you win the ball over a turnover and you're able to break the other way, that's where you've had a lot of your success in connecting those dots. It's when you get to the attacking third that they slow down a little bit and they're missing some of those markers, too, and trying some things that maybe don't work as well as you think there.
And here's a chance now for Bellevue. It's Elia Diaz on the edge of the area. In a battle with Alejandro. So Elia Diaz will get his cross in. And it's knocked away by Simo. It will be a corner now for Bellevue as this half is ticking away.
Yeah, they have to take this one quickly. You're almost down to 15 seconds.
It's our coach who's standing over it. He fires it in. Punched away by Darub. That clock's still ticking away. And Bellevue won't even attempt to take it. The Grizzlies lead 1-0 heading into the half. It's Alejandro Contreras' second-minute penalty that he earned by knocking it over Caden Simpson and drawing that penalty, and then slotted into the bottom corner to give the Grizzlies an early lead. That's where we stand heading into the halftime break. We'll be right back here on the Grizzly Digital Network, presented by Northside Hospital, with the second half of action. Welcome back to the second half of action here in Lawrenceville in the CAC Championship game with a trip to the NAIA tournament on the line. The Grizzlies lead 1-0 thanks to an early penalty from Alejandro Contreras. Bellevue needs a goal. They haven't scored one in the last 155 minutes of soccer that they've played. Can they get one here? Maddie, what do the Bruins need to do to score? This Grizzly defense has been so good recently.
Yeah, I think for Bellevue, I think I want to see them maybe take a little bit charge and try a couple of different things in the second half here, like they are now.
Well, here's Nicholson, edge of the box. Taking away the double team was enough. It was just Efesimo in there, as well as Kevin Diaz. Diaz gets the block now.
Yeah, I think Bellevue's doing a good job immediately to start getting in those options.
Away by Diop.
Ooh.
Now the Grizzlies working out. Out wide to Diaz. And the referee will hold up play. Back to Darube. Grizzlies working in the whip. Cholich goes drop. A wide to Leak. Fall ahead to Simo. Simo now, one-on-one with Nicholson. Can he get the cross in? Instead, he goes back inside to Fall. Shot, no. Knocked away by Bellevue. Now a deep shot, not going to challenge Caden Simpson. Not a ton of shots in this game from either side.
Yeah, it's one thing with it, especially with how everything is going and laying out right now. It's one thing with Georgia Gwinnett is I think that they've had the better moments and they found more of those moments. For Bellevue, they've had more of possession, but it's what they're doing with possession that's going to matter in the end. And right now, they're getting the ball forward, they're finding those spots, but they got to find some goals. They got to get some production out of it.
Nicholson turns it over. Goal kick for the Grizzlies. Darube taking his time. The Grizzlies are going to be in no hurry in this second half. Until Bellevue starts showing some signs of threatening them, it's really just get through these next 40 minutes for GGC, and they'll be the CAC champions.
I think if you're GGC, you definitely want to try to find at least one more goal, just that way you're sitting in that comfortable range right now, especially with Bellevue having those moments still and banging on the door. I think you got to make sure you're watching that. You got to make sure that you're staying strong defensively. When you have your moments, take that charge and go forward.
A couple chances at the end of the half for Bellevue were the most notable. Now the Grizzlies pushing forward, trying to find Fall. Away by Rusin and out of play for a Grizzly throw. Into the center, up by Honeywood. May end up running out of play. Well shielded by Fall. to earn a corner for the Grizzlies.
It's that awareness. It's that intelligence when it comes to the game that I think sets Usman Fall such apart from the crowd in that regard. Is, he's sitting there, he knows that ball's going to roll out of play. What he does is he shields it. It doesn't seem like it's a lot, but it is. You shield it out. Don't allow for Bellevue to get that touch. Don't make them make you make that touch either. You shield it out, you get the corner for your side.
And here it comes, the corner for the Grizzlies. Whipped in, challenging Simpson. He bats it away, and it ends up coming off a Grizzly for a goal kick.
Yeah, that angle's a weird one, too, the way that one was coming in.
Here's Rusin building out of the back. Nothing seems to have changed for Bellevue at halftime. Same kind of strategy. Kai Nicholson defends that well to win it back for Bellevue. Puth, midfielder from Brukabel, Germany. Diaz. Fall battling. He gets into the back of Richardson, and it's going to be a Bellevue free kick. They take it quickly. Honeywood has it won. And he comes in just a little bit too high with the studs, and that'll earn him a whistle despite very little contact. It's a good point of emphasis by referees trying to cut that out of the game.
Yeah, it's a challenge you're going in late for. The ball's already kind of lost at that point, too, and it's one where you're trying to go and you're trying to win it, but ultimately you end up getting a little bit of contact there. And I like that it's called too, but I think for this matchup, it's really going to be a battle of this middle third. I really do, because right now you're seeing a lot of those turnovers, you're seeing a lot of those mistakes happen in the middle third, and it's about how each team responds. Just like this, you get the breakaway from Bellevue, can you make something of it?
Here come the Bruins. And Maddie, the Grizzlies have just been committed to getting numbers behind the ball, and there's Joseph Asimo able to break. He's looking ahead to Usman Fall. Threads the pass through to his forward. Fall working on Rusin now. Tries to earn a corner. Instead, it comes into the area. Contreras slips, and Simpson can pick it up.
Yeah, that ball just went over Contreras. Contreras, I think, was expecting it to kind of come to him right in the middle. But the way that one just angled in, it just floated over the top and went a little bit past.
Rusin now, cut off by Contreras. Finds Honeywood. Now a slip gifts it right back to the Bruins. The Bruins and the Grizzlies. Two types of bears squaring off against each other, and it's been one of these two bears that have dominated the CAC or the AII in the past few years. The Bruins have had the better of the Grizzlies as they look into the box once more. A chance now. Bouncing around to the edge. Denied by Kevin Diaz. Back to the feet of Zelaya Diaz. He tries to cross. And it comes out of play. Despite Amadou Diop and Puth's collision in the center of the box. Diop down holding his ankles. That's not a good sign for the Grizzlies. The referee will have to hold up play to check on the star center back from France. And Matty Amadou Diop has been so good this season for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he's been very, very good for them. And just finding those moments. And, you know, he's been, I think, the grounding force in that back line for the Grizzlies.
Man, you hope he's okay for Steve DeCou's team today and heading into the NAIA tournament.
I do think from looking at a little bit of the replay as well, looking back on the Grizzly Digital Network as well, it looks like I think in the aftermath he got stepped on.
Man, that just does not feel good when you catch studs to that ankle. Hopefully Amadou can continue and it's just a bruise. Play still being held up as they're checking on Diop.
As Eric Kochu is the one standing over it on the far corner flag, getting ready to send this corner in. And it's one where, especially in this one, you want someone like Amadou Diop who has the height to kind of shield away this ball too as it's coming in.
Kochu, an all-CAC team member, comes off the bench for the Bruins, but he plays a huge role in the midfield. The junior from Kiel, Germany. Got a Turkish name, similar to Mesut Ozil. And it looks like we're about ready to get going again.
Yeah, we might be waiting on a substitution for Amadou Diop, which he's walking on his own. The two trainers are right there with him too, which is a good sign, especially for the Grizzlies.
Well, an awkward stoppage in this game. What kind of effect does that have on these two teams, Maddie?
Well, I think for the Grizzlies, the effect that it has, too, is you don't have that centering force that Amadou Diop brings. He gives you something that's so dynamic in that back line. Not only, I think, standing up and being that force, especially in corners like this, it'll be Pedro Nunez who checks in for Amadou Diop.
Whipped in. I imagine that means Alejandro will come to that center back spot as the Bruins are trying to work this around the back. But Alejandro has stepped in as an outside center back. Brian Gomez has played that center back role. Amadou Diop picked up an earlier in the middle of the season. Was out for a couple games.
Ooh. So we're getting a little bit of some pushing a little bit in that one.
Yeah, it might be getting a little chippy out here, which you understand that.
It's coming down to the wire, and both teams know it. That's a harsh foul. Body's just flying everywhere at this point.
Nothing is guaranteed for Bellevue here. Their tournament hopes likely rely on this game. Without this, they'll be at the mercy of the selection committee. That show will be on Monday at 6 p.m. But you never want to be at the mercy of the selection committee.
Yeah, you want to create your own destiny. You want to make sure that you are putting yourself in that position to be in the conversation. How you do that is by winning the conference championship. And right now, you need to try to come back into it, find the equalizer here. Georgia Gwinnett, they want to come in, they want to seal it. They want to seal it here at home in 90 minutes, too. They're looking for that second goal, maybe even third, too. And it's one as well that you got to make sure you're finding those moments like this one.
Well, here it comes. Alejandro Contreras, his shot's denied by Simpson. 3 big saves so far for Caden Simpson. The Grizzlies likely going to be playing in the postseason in the NAIA tournament, regardless of the result of this game. Will likely be hosting in that tournament as well. No guarantees for them either, though.
Yeah, but that rocket from Contreras as well, it gets the save from Simpson, but Simpson is not able to hold on to it. It falls right to the ground. Usman falls right there, and it's cleverly cleared out by Stanley Richardson. He's able to come in, just launches that clear. You get the corner, but then you prevent Usman Fall from finding the back of the net.
Well defended by the Bruins. A very good defensive team as Osorio whips this to the near post away by Simpson. Chance for Bellevue to break. They've got numbers now. This is dangerous for the Grizzlies. Can they get back in time? And what a defensive play to slow them down. Doesn't matter, though. Bellevue's still on the break. The shot is denied by Darube.
Wow, that is a brilliant save. Victor Darube, and also it's the build-up, too. Jack, you know from our times calling games together, I love shouting out the defense. And, I mean, that play alone is so brilliant. Just racing back. You have Aaron Leak trying to drive back. Gomez driving back, too, as they're getting into those spots. They're finding those moments. It's those tackles. Times it well. You slow things down, and Victor Darube coming in with a huge save.
Cross comes in now off the head of Zelaya Diaz and over Darube's bar. Yeah, Maddie, the Grizzlies are so committed to defending with numbers, and you see it. Steve DeCoux has preached that all season long, and you saw that on that break as Amadou Diop comes back in for GGC.
That's a great sign. That's a great sign for the Grizzlies, too. It was one where as he got up, he got walked off to. You get the chance to get things checked out as well. It's great to see him back out onto the pitch.
Still walking a little gingerly, though. You got to keep an eye on that. Bellevue doesn't have bukus of pace going forward, so that is going to help Diop. His positioning is very good. But Sherwood can get in behind if you let him.
And Diop knows, I think, where his positioning needs to be. He'll step up sometimes, get involved in the attack, help push things forward, but he knows when to hang back and when to be that force, too. A lot of those times when the Grizzlies are in the attack, he's the one who's held in that ground, especially making sure that nothing can get in between everything. Well, like this, too, he's stepping up, all the way up, trying to block this area.
Yeah, Adam Sherwood came all the way back, Diop all the way with him. Now Bellevue goes long, way by Leak. Forward to Fall, can he get on the end of this? Tries to, instead knocked away by Honeywood, and Richardson can clear. Nicholson trying to break. More success going forward now for Bellevue as they look ahead to Lagares. He has it picked off by Leak. I think he got the commentator's curse right there.
Yeah, just slowed down. I think he also might have gotten a bit of the turf monster there in that one as he was trying to make that turn. He just kind of got caught in that moment. I really do think, too, a lot of the chances for Bellevue have come from Nicholson. Nicholson has been all over the place on that side. He's been really dynamic in his passes and connecting those dots. I think Bellevue needs to utilize him a little bit more, especially in building up that attack.
Darube drops to play at his feet. Finds Diop. Diop wide. Into Fall, who's in a deep position to hold up. Simo gives it away to Nicholson. And Puth takes the free kick quickly off of Diaz, hoping to get Diaz a card. The referee says, no, you took that way too quickly for him to get out of the way.
Yeah, and the referee does the right thing, too. He's bringing everyone down. He's saying, calm down, everyone. And I really like the way that he's playing this, too, because you don't want to start giving those cards yet unless it's absolutely necessary. You don't want this to start to get out of hand. He's handled the game really well.
Nicholson reverses to Rusin. Trying to find the target. Bounces off and into the feet of Simo. Fall with a chance to run.
Ooh.
Goes with the foundation around Richardson. Usman Fall, and it's cut out by Puth. Really well defended by the midfielder working back.
Yeah, Puth, I mean, that ball just slips right on through. Usman Fall is just gliding forward, but Puth, he times it really well. He knocks it out of play for the throw-in.
First look at Michael Maliburn coming on for the Grizzlies.
He was outstanding in their semifinal matchup. He was very, very good. Not only, I think, in just a lot of his ability of getting into those dangerous spots, finding those moments, being in the attack for the Grizzlies. Defensively, he was outstanding. Getting into tackles, he was really one of the ones tracking back and being involved.
He takes the long throw. Fall flicks it ahead. Falls to the feet of Rusin, and the whistle goes. Looks like Usman may have gotten a little aggressive there going for the win. Rusin on the ball, plays to Richardson. Rusin again. Bellevue in no hurry to build up. Honeywood. Chips it wide. Operating in width. Bellevue scanning. What can they find? Instead, it's cut out through the center, and a good win back by the Bruins. Man, look at the energy in this game. There's 27 minutes left in a conference tournament final, and these two teams are battling for it. Honeywood. Fall. Grizzlies win it back.
Defensively, like, Bellevue has no way of getting through. I mean, there is a wall of Grizzlies. There's nothing penetrating that wall.
Turnover from Darube gives it right back to the Bruins. Just looked like he was trying to chip it out wide to his outside back, and outside back was nowhere to be found. So Bellevue can build up slow once more. Looking into the box, nobody there. Drew picks it up. 25 minutes and change remaining.
It's again for Bellevue. It's like you're trying to find those moments, but you don't have those runners making those runs inside. You don't have those players who are getting into the attack and being that last option there.
And the attack hasn't been there for the Grizzlies either.
Yeah, they had the penalty to show for it. I think the Grizzlies are getting better looks. It's just finding the back of the net, I think, for the Grizzlies is what it comes down to here.
Well, and here's a chance to break. A little bit of frustration for Bellevue, who doesn't get the whistle. Now they're looking ahead, trying to swing wide, and can't connect with the runner, so it falls to Simo on the clearance. Simo with Nicholson on his back. And it's the Grizzlies who will possess in the back now. Ahead by Darube. Towards Simo, who's been really involved in the attack today. And a foul in the center of the park.
Yeah, it's a foul on Michael Malaber, and he was trying to jump in for the header. He wasn't playing for the ball, though. He kind of got into the back of Bellevue. Ooh.
Given away, and a long effort goes in for the Grizzlies! Who would have thought the long-range chip goes in? Oh my goodness!
That is absolutely outstanding. It was Aaron Leak who was able to send this ball in. He goes over to celebrate with everybody else. Able to send it there. Leak, he just skies this ball right into the back of the net. Wow.
He sees Caden Simpson off his line and etches his name in Grizzly history with one of the most unbelievable goals in program history. From right near the midway line, Aaron Leak puts the Grizzlies in control in the CAC championship game.
That entire shot, point blank, just reminded me of Michael Parkhurst and his goal. It just, if you watch it online, it is that point blank exact thing. From the midline, he's able to send this ball all the way into the back of the net. And that's Aaron Leak. He just did that. He saw the opening, and he took it. And it's his first goal of the season.
You'd have to be crazy to even try that. But Aaron Leak off the post and in. It was beautiful. Even if Simpson was in position, that may have beaten him. And this game has completely changed. For the Grizzlies, it's a penalty and an improbable, unbelievable shot from near midfield, and they're up 2-0 over Bellevue.
Sports Center top 10. We're sending it in immediately.
We absolutely
Ooh.
should. I cannot believe what I just
Wow.
witnessed here in the CAC championship.
I think I'm in shock. That was wild.
Well, Bellevue now going to have to go into desperation mode trying to find anything in the attack. Harvey's shot finds the hands of Darube.
One thing I love about the reaction, too, from Aaron Leak, you go, you get the celebration. It's absolutely insane. It's sanity. It absolutely is. But one thing I love about it is you see in that close-up before we kicked off, he's telling everyone, calm down, stay focused, stay in this one, because you don't want to lose focus, because a goal like that is so exciting, but you don't want it to overtake it. You don't want to lose your focus. You don't want to stay undisciplined in this one. You got to make sure that everything's still calm and cool. But Jack, I might be thinking about that goal for like the next week. That was insane.
That's the second longest goal in GGC history, trailing only the great Andrew White's long-distance goal. Thanks for that nugget, Mr. Matt Mahoney.
Wow.
And the Grizzlies are in control of this game. Bellevue has barely had enough opportunities to say they deserve one goal. Now they need two in the final 20 minutes.
Listen, it's crazier things in this one, but for Bellevue, they don't have the momentum right now. They got to find a way to get that. They got to find a way to get back into this matchup because right now it's kind of come to a stalemate for them.
Runs out of play. It's going to be a Grizzly throw. Now it's when the clock milking starts. They're going to take as much time up of every single one of these throw-ins, the corners, the fouls, all of them. They're going to take plenty of time off of this clock.
It's really smart, though, from Erkochu to not just let it roll over the end line. You win the throw-in. It allows you to press and win the ball back, which is exactly what they just did.
Honeywood threads it in. Edge of the box now for Bellevue. Can they claw one back? No.
I love that reaction from Aaron Leak. I absolutely love it. You saw him right there in that far corner of the screen. I mean, just fist in the air, pumping, getting ready. It's that reaction. It's that energy. You want to keep that flowing through the team.
Gomez drops to Diop. Towards Nick Peranich, who's come on now. Giving Alejandro Contreras a well-deserved break. Nicholson ahead. Here's Nicholson. Harvey. Back to Puth. Quick 1-2 with Puth. Cut out by Diop. Bellevue again with a long possession. It comes to nothing. Peranich in the middle looking for Pereira. Pereira into Fall. Fall nearly brings it down. Instead away by Honeywood. Pereira picks it back up. Nicholson with an errant touch. Peranich back to Simo. Maliburn. Grizzlies slow it down. Here's League. Diop finds Simo. Now it finds the hands of Simpson.
Yeah, for Bellevue right now, you got to pick your moments now. You got to find those moments. You got to pick them. You have to make them smart, but you might also have to take some risks now. You might have to send more numbers forward, maybe risk the possibility of getting another goal. You got to find a way into this one.
What does Markeith Preston do with these final 20 minutes?
Yeah, but it was a foul committed by Georgia Gwinnett, so they get a free kick and they're attacking third.
Her coach who stands over it. Here it comes from Erkochu. Out by the Grizzlies. Looking for Pereira. Can't connect with him. Bellevue possessing through the center. Here's Harvey. Honeywood sprays wide. Picked off by Simo. Out of play. You know, you got to applaud Stanley Richardson for the no long sleeves on the jersey. I mean, it is freezing out there.
It's cold.
That's what happens when you're from the northern part of England. Richardson from Ipswich. Het. He's brought down, and the whistle goes. A good chance now for Bellevue from the edge of the box.
Yeah, it's a late foul there, especially as Bellevue's trying to drive forward on the Grizzlies. But here's the thing, the Grizzlies, you can't gift them this. You cannot let them have that free kick, because now it's an opportunity for them to get a dangerous look on goal.
Buster Honeywood, the junior defender from Kessingland, England, stands over it. Man, he had a really good attempt in extra time that found the crossbar against Florida National. Here he comes, and he fires it way over the bar. Bellevue's had several shots just like that in pretty good spots and just not able to find the back of the net, instead sending it well over the crossbar. Bellevue wins the ball in midfield. Holding on to it now. Won by Diop. Away by Daru. Het brought down, and it runs out of play off of his feet. Now a battle on the near side. Had to play off the Grizzlies. 15 minutes to go. Bellevue searching for anything. Just not been able to generate enough offense today to match the two moments for the Grizzlies. It was Contrera early on winning a penalty and then taking it and scoring himself. Then it was a wonder goal from Aaron Leak. The Grizzlies' 2 goals, both coming from veteran, experienced players. Away by Simpson, one in the middle. A lot of turnovers between these two teams in the last few moments. Either one able to hold the ball for a considerable amount of time. That's really been Bellevue's MO all day, holding on to the ball.
There's a difference between holding on to the ball and like going with possession. That's what Bellevue's been doing. They're holding on to possession. They're having those moments, and they're picking their spots to step up and hold on to the ball to slow things down and then press things going forward. What's been their downfall is when they get into the attacking third, right there in that breakaway, it's those turnovers, it's those mistakes, it's not picking and waiting for that option to open itself up there. It's a lot of that. It's those decision-making in those moments, too. Bellevue have done what they've done. They've had possession. They've been in control in that side of it. They have to get better on the offensive end.
Turned over by the Grizzlies. 13 minutes now for Bellevue.
But, I mean, listen, it's full credit to Georgia Gwinnett, too. They are slowing down that attack. A lot of those shots have been blocked, have been challenged by that back line for Georgia Gwinnett. They've been unstoppable in this match.
Lagares looks out wide. Now across from Bellevue. Black shirts in the center. Away off the knee of Diop.
Really good awareness from Diop. You had a couple of players right there on the far post, too. And that could have been dangerous if Bellevue had gotten that look.
Just over 12 minutes to go here in Lawrenceville. A trip to the NAIA National Tournament on the line. For Bellevue, a loss may end their season here today. For the Grizzlies, a win would be the first since 2020. A conference that they had dominated in their first few years as a program. Have strayed from that glory recently, but on the verge of recapturing a conference title. Long throw.
I gotta say, I'm loving these reactions from Aaron Leak. Whenever there's a stop or whenever he makes a block or anything, you're seeing him give that emotion. Still probably feeling it from getting his first goal of the season and having it be an absolute scorcher. But still, you're feeding that energy. That's the energy that can just be the heartbeat throughout the entire team to finish out strong in these last almost 11 minutes of the match.
Aaron Leak has to be feeling good about himself. Oof. I mean, what a moment for him.
Oh, I'd be on cloud 9. And I think that's where that reaction and that energy is coming from. But it's affecting everybody. You want everybody to feel that emotion because you celebrate like that. You cheer like that. That gives that extra energy, that extra motivation to every single Grizzly on the pitch.
And it's just felt these last few minutes like that long-range effort has been the nail in the Bellevue coffin. They just haven't been able to get going since then. It's been all Grizzlies. Now there's still 10 minutes for Markeith Preston's squad. Can they rebound? They're going to have to if they want to keep their season alive. The Grizzly back five has been solid. Can Bellevue find anything? 10 minutes to find out. Here's Georgi Jersinovich, who's come on. Deku put him on yesterday in the same kind of situation to chase around Carolina's back line and make them uncomfortable. Osorio coming back on now. Every one of these subs for the Grizzlies is killing some clock as well. Long throw from Simo. Richardson drops to Honeywood. Richardson. Puth, chopped down by Osorio. Referee blows his whistle. Stop the clock momentarily. Now Bellevue gets it going again. Puth long into the arms of Daru. Well, he actually takes it off his chest instead. You saw a little wince from him. I think that felt great coming off his chest here in the freezing cold in Georgia.
Can have a little bit of a sting to it.
All our folks from Nebraska are probably like, yeah, we're used to that. Down here in Georgia, they're not used to it. But the Grizzlies have looked acclimated to the cold weather tonight. Long ball in. Away towards Jursinovich. Grizzlies can run now. Looking to Jursinovich on the back post, and Caden Simpson was there to take it away. And regardless of how this game finishes, Caden Simpson is more than deserving of an all-tournament team selection. He's been so good for Bellevue.
Absolutely. I think he's been really solid in this matchup. And even in the matchup on the semifinal, too. I think he's had an outstanding tournament.
Free kick for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, that was a really high boot from Samuel Puth.
Another chance to bleed the clock. Luka Cholich and Michael Maliburn stand over it. Now Cholich alone. He'll go into the area. Away by Richardson. Looking towards Lagares, but he can't keep it in. Knocked out of play. Bellevue trying to go quickly, see if the referee would decide that it was their ball. Instead, it sticks with Georgia Gwinnett. And Bellevue with no urgency. 7 minutes to go. They've got to go quickly.
I think they're trying to pick their moments here as it'll be finally played up. I think they're waiting to get those reinforcements to step up and then go forward.
Almost turned over to Jursinovich, but Richardson ends up switching the play to Rusin. Cut out through the center. Grizzlies try to clear off the back of Sherwood. Now away. Harvey. Can't bring it down now. Het. And a free kick for the Grizzlies bails him out. Looked like it could have been threatening as Aaron Leak is down. He had a big collision. Looks like he's rubbing that calf area.
Yeah, just feeling the effects of that one. He did get taken down a little bit, especially as that ball was trying to be settled.
The Grizzlies, 6 minutes away from glory. Darube goes long. Now Cholich. Given away. Chance for Bellevue to counter. Only as far as Diop, who cleans it up. Usman Fall coming back in for Contreras. Fall gives you a stretch option now. Grizzlies likely just going to be knocking everything long. And man, Usman Fall is so fast, he can get on the end of anything. Simpson out to Rusin. Honeywood. He dumps it long. Away by Alejandro. The contact in the back from Harvey's going to earn the Grizzlies a free kick. Maliburn's down. He can slow up the play. We're under 5 minutes remaining here in Lawrenceville.
Yeah, slows things down just a little bit to it. And it'll be Victor Darube who will step up to take this one just to send it long.
You understand that? They're just trying to kill as much time as they can. The Grizzlies are on the verge of doing something special. Jurcinovic scores! The Grizzlies lead 3-0! And they put the final nail in Bellevue's coffin here in the CAC tournament. It's Georgi Jurcinovic.
It's an absolutely brilliant finish as he's just able to collect the ball, sees the opening, only takes maybe 1 or 2 touches. It's brilliant. It's Fall who's able to find him. Jurcinovic just settles it, sees the opening, whips it into the back of the net.
Georgi Jurcinovic has waited his turn in Lawrenceville. He's played sparingly, but has always been a utility piece for Steve DeCoux, and now he gets his moment. 5 goals earlier in the season against Pikeville. But Jurcinovic scores the 3rd goal of the match here in the CAC Championship to seal it for the Grizzlies.
You had a delayed start because the Bruins wanted to take it quickly, but no one was set, so the referee pulled it back, and there's a little bit of a talking to about that one as well.
And the Grizzlies won't care. Man, it is party time in Lawrenceville. If they can avoid disaster in the final 4:30, I'm sure Darube, DeCoux, and this whole back line wants to keep a clean sheet here. And they wouldn't mind pouring it on their rivals just a little bit more.
Want to try to hold the clean sheet, but right now you're riding high. I mean, it's a brilliant finish from Jurcinovic. It's absolutely stunning. The way that Usman Fall just is able to head it to him, he takes that one touch to settle it, and then just whips around. And I mean, looking for that far post, I mean, just slots it home.
In a game of few chances, the Grizzlies have taken theirs. Bellevue helpless as the clock ticks away. 3:27 to go and counting. Here come the Grizzlies. It's Jurcinovic. Looking towards the back post. Honeywell cleans it up. Out of play now. .2:30 to go. Bellevue will have a corner. Can Bellevue scrape back even a consolation goal here? Or Kochu stands over the corner. Whipped in towards Darube. He gets the first punch, and a second effort comes off two black shirts laying down in front of the goal. It's been that kind of night so far for Bellevue. Long ball into the area by Simpson. Knotted out for a goal kick for the Grizzlies.
Again, I say it after each one, but I'm loving the reactions from every single player on the pitch for the Grizzlies. I mean, after any of those, after defending those big moments, you're seeing the cheers, you're seeing the fist in the air, you're seeing everyone hug each other, pat on the back. That's exactly what you want to see in this one, celebrating those moments because you have been the dominating team in this game, not only offensively but defensively. You've slowed down a lot of those plays from Bellevue. You've been a big reason why Bellevue has not found the back of the net tonight.
And Maddie, if you had to pick a player of the tournament for the Grizzlies, who would it be?
Oh, Aaron Leak. Aaron Leak, brilliantly from tonight. But I think whole tournament has to be Amadou Diop. I think Amadou Diop has been such a centering and grounding factor in this team all season long. His ability to step up as Fall's going to take this one.
Yeah, chance on the edge of the box for Usman Fall trying to add to his tally. He's not going to challenge Simpson. It was going wide anyway. Simpson able to try to run on the break. But yeah, Aaron Leak, Amadou Diop, these defensive players have been excellent. It's Contreras who has 2 goals in 2 games for the Grizzlies. He could certainly be in that conversation. Fall's got 2 assists and a goal. He's been a goal scorer all year long, but we're less than a minute away from the Grizzlies winning the CAC tournament for the first time since 2020. Even then, it was the AII title game. Yet to win since rebranding to the CAC. Whipped into the center. Knocked on by Harvey and out of play. 11 seconds to go now. The Grizzlies can taste it. The arms are in the air. That's going to do it from Lawrenceville. GGC is the CAC champion, and they will be heading to the NAIA National Tournament. They'll find out Monday who they're playing and where they'll be playing. It'll likely be right here in Lawrenceville. But the Grizzlies finished the first part of the mission. They're CAC champions.
With the season that this squad has had, I think just from back and forth, it's been a lot of ups and downs, and you've handled it so well in every opportunity. You came into every match. You stayed true to who you were. You stayed true to how you want to play this game. And with so many new faces, it's such a brilliant task to be able to come in and do what you did this season. 2025 CAC champions, an absolutely brilliant performance tonight from so many different players, and it's a stunning performance of Steve DeCou's side.
Steve DeCou told us earlier this week that he wanted to be greedy. He wanted all the trophies. He gets his first one here tonight in the CAC. The selection show is Friday, November 14th. The Grizzlies will find out who they'll be playing and where they'll be playing. The expectation now for the Grizzlies is that they'll be playing right here in Lawrenceville. But we'll find out on Friday whether that's the case or not.
That's what you hope. I mean, if you're Steve DeCou and this side, you want to have that ability to be able to play here in front of your home fans in a special tournament to try to make it all the way to the very end. That's what you want to do now. Steve DeCou said it. He wants to be greedy. He wants to be selfish. He wants to win it all. And that's exactly now. You got the first step. You won the CAC. Now you got to look to the NAIA tournament. You want to win the whole thing.
You sure do. And these Grizzlies have the pieces. You have an elite strike duo and a defense that shut down this Bellevue team all game. And outside of a small moment against Carolina, was locked down in that game too. This defense is elite. And here comes the water bucket. Did they get him? They missed him.
They missed him.
They missed Steve DeCou. He wags the finger to Kembe Mutombo. No, no, no. Look what it means to these Grizzlies.
I love it. I love it. I think just with so much of the ups and downs you've had this season, but one thing I think, especially from talking to Steve DeCou, from talking to a lot of these players, it's the belief and it's the ability and the faith in every single player on this roster to get the job done. And that's exactly what they did tonight. Sometimes tournament soccer isn't pretty, but the Grizzlies came out and had a brilliant performance with Alejandro Contreras able to come in, draws the penalty, converts the penalty, and then Aaron Leak with an absolute stroke of brilliance. Something that I don't think I've ever seen in calling matches in the last couple of years. It's absolutely brilliant. And listen, Michael Parkhurst would be very proud of that goal.
He sure would. Andrew White would be as well. Here comes some more water buckets. And now they get him. Now they get him. Victor Darube finishes the job. Oh, these Grizzlies are loving it.
I love it. This is incredible. It shows, I think, the bond and the character that this side has. It's absolutely so fun to watch, and it's been so fun getting to be a part of these calls and watching this team grow and finally get to do this, get to be CAC champions.
The trophy selection is coming soon. We'll have the trophy show here in a moment. Right here in Lawrenceville, Steve DeCou and his squad will be playing in the NAIA National Tournament. For Bellevue, their fate will be decided Friday. They are receiving votes, but maybe on the outside looking in.
And you got to think of what it means to these seniors on the roster, too. Have been through it all. Have been through every single one of these highs and lows. Getting the chance to do this. Getting the chance to get to be CAC champions. You do it for the seniors. You do it for every person on the pitch. You do it for every member of the coaching staff. You do it for Georgia Gwinnett.
All right, we're going to toss it down to public address announcer Dale Long for the trophy presentation.
Team. From Florida College, Leo Hackett. From Heston, Alexander Radu. From Carolina, Will McCamley. From Carolina, Jordan Julian. From Florida National, David Luque. From Florida National, Felipe Ribeiro. From Bellevue, Cohen Rusin. From Bellevue, Buster Honeywood. From Georgia Gwinnett, Usman Fall. From Georgia Gwinnett, Amadou Diop. And the 2025 CAC Men's Soccer Championships Most Outstanding Player from Georgia Gwinnett, Alejandro Contreras. Congratulations to all members on the conference's all-tournament team. At this time, CAC Commissioner Meg Shebler presents the 2025 CAC Men's Soccer Championship Trophy and banner to Georgia Gwinnett. Congratulations to Georgia Gwinnett on winning this year's title. The Grizzlies will find out their postseason destination during the NAI selection show on Friday, November the 14th at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central. Good luck to Georgia Gwinnett in the postseason. We'd like to thank everyone for attending the postseason tournament all weekend long here in Lawrenceville. Please drive home safely wherever your final destination might be. And we will see you back for next year's CAC Soccer Championship Tournament.
GGC is the 2025 CAC Tournament Champions. Alejandro Contreras, Aaron Leak, and Georgi Jersinovich score the goals. The Grizzly defense keeps a shutout. And GGC is heading to the NAIA National Tournament. They'll find out who and where they play on Friday, November 14th. If it's here in Lawrenceville, we'll be back on the Grizzly Digital Network presented by Northside Hospital. As always, it is a great day to be a Grizzly.